The
Oh my
stream
gosh.
lives.
I am so excited to see the new Del Toro Frankenstein movie. It looks so
Yeah.
good. So
it's
good.
alive. It's
It's
alive.
alive. It's alive. I love it.
I guarantee you, Oscar Isaac will not overact to that degree. He has some
No.
degree of restraint.
Does he?
He will be more subtle
Moon
than
Knight
that in his.
notwithstanding, Jay.
Like fucking does he? Like
Moon Knight is a very specific character, though.
what a
And is it overacting if it's within the acting of the character, which I don't know because I
Mhm.
don't
But it's
know Moon
not.
Knight well.
Like,
Okay,
but-
so it is
but a
overacting,
terrible
just or
adaptation.
acting just poorly.
It doesn't just misrepresent the character, it sets back DID representation by at least a decade. That show is deliberately, actively harmful. What the fuck?
The show's poor, but is the acting of the character, is the acting of the actor horrible? That's
No,
the thing
it's
that's
just
being picked
misplaced.
at. Yeah,
Like,
the writing is bad. That's different.
the writing is terrible, and Oscar Isaac. Look, modern Moon Knight is aggressive. He's
You
not
could
as
be a
moody as
fantastic
that
actor
show.
and be given slop
Eh.
and somehow make it decent. Like these are
Mhm.
things.
Yeah, I
That
was
is
gonna say,
true.
yeah, that I honestly believe that Oscar Isaac is a talented,
He is, and he
gifted
was a great
actor
choice for the role too.
who was given
Just
bad
slop.
material.
Like the Morbius movie with the guy who was Doctor who just loved
Matt
had a great
Smith.
time.
Just
in that,
had fun
Matt Smith,
playing
right.
a bad guy. Yeah.
Right, like you could tell he's having a great time because he's getting paid to just entertain people in just the worst film. Like
The funniest thing about that is the Morbin time meme went around and they
God.
thought, oh, that means it's popular, so let's re-release it in theaters. And
Yeah.
everybody was like,
And
that's
then
not
it
what
bombed
we
again.
meant. We were making fun of it.
You know what this means? We get to mock you a second time.
Exactly. And they did. Oh my gosh.
This-
Real quick though.
Yes.
So my right ear is having issues, so
Uh-oh.
I'm not able to hear out of it very well right now. It sounds like shit's a million miles away out of my ear. I went to the doctor. I'm getting it figured out, but if I don't answer, it might just be because I didn't hear you. So
Okay.
just you might have to repeat yourself.
So we each need to write a Tanamichi nameplate and just hold it up when we want to talk to you.
Or I could just text you in the Discord channel.
No,
Yeah, that works
because
too.
then our lovely audience doesn't
Yeah.
get to partake in this and just sees Jay look down at a screen and then look back up and answer, which is not as funny as going, Tanamichi, over here.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Raise your hand like we're in class.
Tanamichi, over here. I just got one question for you.
It's backwards.
Yes, Stormy?
Oh, I thought we were raising our hands.
Oh. I love that in the current way your camera is framed there, Heather. It just looks like your head has a gun.
Yeah.
How do you know it doesn't?
Right?
You don't
No
know.
comment.
I've never seen a gun and Heather in the same place at the same time.
That is a very true statement, and I hope you never do.
I have. To be fair, it was mine.
Yours.
That's
It's
funny.
my gun when I went to go get my concealed carry.
Aha.
Yeah, so when Rena's threatening us, it's not just Rena. No, I'm kidding.
Speaking of walking weapons, who wants to cover what happened last time?
Oh yeah.
But wait,
But
I
wait,
haven't done my introductions.
Yes.
you've been demoted. You've been cast out of the group. You are the weakest link.
Wow.
Ouch.
I know that we don't have that many
Harsh.
people who are consistent, but our people who are consistent will probably get very upset at you if this stops.
Yeah, fine. I've been
Well,
And when you
demoted.
only
You've been
have a
demoted.
small number of people who are joining in, the ratio of who's mad at you is a lot bigger.
Fine. You've been remoted. It's fine.
Remoted.
Remoted.
Then you know that Mike is actually a robot, and so he's had a new
Beep. Right.
No, that's Slapdash.
Oh,
Wait,
let
is that like
Slapdash
Hollaback?
never make an appearance in this
Slapdash
campaign.
is
Oh my
amongst
God.
other characters.
God.
Anyway,
Slapdash was
proceed.
made for me to smack my head.
Previously on Shadow Scar.
On what?
Can you do that a little bit more like an old-timey newsreel announcer?
I don't know. Maybe.
All right, goals.
Previously on Shadow's Car.
Hey, all right.
That's pretty good. That was solid.
I watched the color drain out of you for a second. For a second, you're an old-timey black and white. It's good. Get you a newsboy cap. It'll be fun.
All right, so the very heavily armored soldiers point their guns at the group and tell us to stop as they picked up on the radar beeping as well as Molly's shoulder beeping. These are the guys who are actively looking and searching for Molly as we speak. Hoshi and Rena are bitch fighting for Molly against these heavily armed guys. Molly reveals to the team that she is a yokai and the team comforts her. We realize that the lab that Molly blew up to get her captured was actually Four's lab, which ended up getting him fired and causing a lot of hell for Four in his life. So the whole city has a power outage. There's a soldier who just kind of poofs in out of nowhere. Hoshi leads us to a new area, and there are lots of posters and signs saying, see something, say something. This is very much an I didn't see anything town as long as there's not a body or mess to clean up after. There's a dark tower and skyscraper in the middle of the town. All of the towers that surround this big one are buildings, offices, some are apartments, penthouses, etc. So things that you would find in a normal big city. We go to make a move to get into the tower secretly. Hoshi sneaks us into into the servant entrance. The guards say surrender and die and shoot at all of us. So these guys are asset hunters. They are causing the blackout by absorbing all of the electricity around. Which they are yokai. They shoot at us, but we all dodge and run up the 10 flights to Hoshi's parents' penthouse, which she apologizes for the 10 sets of stairs that we have to run up. This penthouse is stunning. It is incredibly put together. The plans are all over the place and very, very well taken care of. The caretaker is addressing Hoshi and only Hoshi out of respect. Hoshi requests for lots of snacks for everyone and it's chocolate cake specifically for Molly. The power outage is moving into the area and does hit this tower. Hoshi puts the entire floor under lockdown and the only one who can break the lockdown is her family to get in. Hoshi leads us into the family/close friend's living room. It is very plush with lots of bookshelves, and she ends up falling asleep on one of the big plush chairs while explaining to everyone there's a bathroom down there, clothes down there, beds over there, that sort of thing. Everyone just kind of settles in for the night, and Tanamichi really does not go to sleep because Tanamichi is not comfortable going to sleep after realizing that Molly is a yokai. And that's where we left off.
Don't forget.
Not quite.
Kai also cleaned their clothing, and then there was a lovely little phantasmal burning sulfur messenger in the middle of the floor. As we attempted to go to sleep without there being a cliffhanger.
Yes, I forgot to mark that last one down. Thank you.
Yeah, the cliffhanger is important. Yeah.
Yeah, just a little bit. I think I was just so invested. I was so invested in actually playing, I forgot to actually write it down.
Yeah, I get that.
That is a good issue to have.
Right? I'm going to take that as a compliment. So the brimstone soldier marches towards Rena. And
please be called Kyle.
I was thinking Brandon. Stands in front of you. Isn't
it Dad?
What? No. Dad's voice comes out of it, but no.
Okay.
Daddy.
The Dad Destroyer.
He gets very loud. Right, exactly. Right. Which is the operation we use to dismantle your father into. Sorry. Like, he marches up to you. He gets very loud and goes, "You are grounded," and then disappears.
That's it.
That's it.
That's it.
As he shows up and says that, I need you to know that the sprinklers do start to go off.
Inside the building? You mean like the fire ones?
Yeah, just over that area.
So Rena's now awake and wet? You have moistened Rena?
Yes.
Fantastic.
But it is because it detected the sulfur.
I see. But it's also a very classy building. So I imagine a lot of the accoutrements are French. So she's now moist, not moist.
You had to sneak that in, didn't you?
Sneak nothing. I didn't design the apartment.
So
I'll just stand under it. I needed a shower.
You can take an actual fucking
Rena
shower,
is
like
just
soap
going
and
to
stuff.
be.
That is an option.
A place that's posh enough to be pumping French water through the fucking sprinkler system almost certainly has soap and like a fucking shower.
Wait, are we
Okay.
saying Barrett the ferret showers?
Hey, just because he's a tunnel weasel doesn't mean he's not a clean tunnel weasel.
Also, the tunnels he goes in are like metal and dusty, not like
A
dirty
sewer
and
trap,
grimy.
right?
Like it's fine.
Do you see that? This is a sealed environment, and Ford drove a bus in here just to throw you under it. Did you see that? Jesus.
Ferrets bathe just like the rest of us.
No, they do dirt baths.
I was gonna say no, they don't actually.
Well,
How many
we
days
do
has it
know
been?
he does like picking up
The more
bags
you
of
know.
dirt.
That's true. You do have a jar of dirt.
I did. I punted that into the sun.
I have a question for the illustrious storyteller.
Oh dear.
Worse. Today, in fact.
As we relax and some attempt to sleep,
And drink.
is a long rest achieved?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
So we get what, since we haven't actually had a long rest yet, what do we get back?
Your key points.
We are on session 16, and that hasn't
I figure your trained shadow cabinet assassins, you can live without a little sleep. It's fine. Look,
How many
your
days
heart
has it been
rests.
since all this started?
Oh, you're probably
fast
on like a
on
week or two.
I
Okay.
hope not, because I hope we would have actually slept, and also we haven't
We
held
had
still anywhere.
short rests, but we haven't had a long.
Yeah, you've had
What
some
short
rest.
rests have we had?
Yeah.
Only a couple.
That one
What?
power nap when we were all unconscious.
Yeah, we yeah, we've had conversations. Are those the short rests?
Well, we had.
Look, your heart rests
We
between
went
beats.
back.
That's good
We
enough for
went
me. It's
back
good enough for
to
you.
the agency one time. I would argue that is the singular time we've rested.
When we met the twins,
we didn't rest.
We ate breakfast and sat down. We didn't do anything crazy.
Some of us did.
Okay.
Not everyone did.
So you
Also,
heal.
I would like.
Go ahead. Sorry.
Oh, I would like to say that after the whole "I'm grounded" thing happened, you just hear Rena just bursting into hysterical laughter, like she doesn't care.
Dad,
Shocker.
you can't ground me. I'm an adult now.
Yeah, pretty much.
So I meant to talk to you about this. I may not have. By grounded, you'll find that like none of your credit cards work.
Oh, I know it's probably gonna be cut off, but he doesn't know about. I have other things.
Oh, sure.
He doesn't
Yeah,
know
yeah,
about.
yeah. This is mostly a show of, I'm gonna use this word very gingerly here, force.
Welcome to the poor people brigade, Rena.
Yeah.
It's what happens when people blow up your lab.
You're officially upper middle class, you poor thing.
So what do we get back?
You get all of your key points, and you heal 3 vitality at the beginning of every in-game day, whether you rest or not.
Okay. So I would have had. I hate this doing this.
Outside of the natural healing or like a healing Mikio, there really is no way to heal. You are humans with powers, but you are functionally, physically right. Outside of alchemical blah blah blah, you are humans. So well, most of you are humans. You're all people. You're not all humans.
Debated.
Hey.
Wow.
Racist.
No, vengeful.
It was his lab. Like
I feel like
I'd love to argue with you here, but I'm not gonna.
Allowing personal beef to dictate the loss of someone's humanity or personhood in this instance, I feel like it may be a
look. Cherry Lewis was a person until the day she died. Okay, like
lamb chop.
Story for another time. Story for another time. I'm just saying the deep-seated contempt does not strip one of their humanity.
Change how you treat them.
That it does. Like
so
that it does.
So what we've decided on is that all the dudes on the team suddenly hate Molly, and everyone else is okay.
Molly did nothing wrong here. She's just doing her best.
Yep.
Yeah, and look what happened the last time you tried to do that.
She's
Everything
Oh.
blew up.
since we've
Good.
gotten her.
Good point.
Now, her being on her own is when I would argue she's more destructive because apparently
Same.
doesn't know technology, but that's fine. She can stay with you. You can tell her the technology.
Well, only one of us will come back.
So, oh no.
Wow.
So
Dang.
after
It
the
won't be me.
It was nice meeting you for.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay with.
Uh.
I'd stay with the technology. What are you talking about?
after the long rest, she is going to see if she can go into her sister's room.
Sure.
No.
How long is a long rest for you? Like, assuming you can sleep for as long as your body wants to. Are we looking at 6 hours, 8 hours, 14 hours? How exhausted on scale of 1 to oh my god are you?
I think she's very tired, but I still think that she's not comfortable.
And we're on mission critical time, so Kai will
Yeah.
wake her up after 8.
Yeah, no, she'll probably wake up after 6 and see if she can yeah, go to her sister's room.
You bet. I imagine your sister's room will be just like just like it was last time, no?
I don't know, would my parents have done anything to it?
They're your parents, and I was kind of handing you the role play stone on this one. You tell us. The magic role play stone from which all the story spilleth forth.
I think the room is locked and otherwise hasn't been touched.
I can fix the lock part.
Believe it or not, I don't have a stone laying around that I can use as a prop, so we're gonna have to pretend this is the magical role play stone.
Okay, I don't have a comparable item that I can pick up and pretend that you handed it to me, so that still doesn't work.
Look, I tried.
Yeah, so
perhaps the role play cat.
kitty.
That would work.
Lips.
Come here for a moment. I don't think so.
She's going to easily pick the lock. It is, I would say, probably like once a month they'll have someone come in and dust just so you don't actually get like a buildup of anything, and then it gets locked again. And she's gonna close the door behind her and lock the door and go over to her sister's desk. And I just imagine that there are different drawings still there that her sister would have done. And she's gonna like just pick up the sketchbook and just very, very gingerly, because it's also been like 10 years. Just gonna flip through them and kind of have a what do I do now conversation to the sketchbook, but in her brain, she's not actually going to say it out loud. And to
I may
answer
have sent
your
one of
question-
you a message.
Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, to answer your question, Jay, it's
I wonder who got the message.
she
It's a mystery.
she was told actually she wasn't even technically told. She was awake and hiding on the top of the steps when they got the visitor that told her parents that her sister had died, and this is a special favor of information. And then the next day Hoshi was shipped off.
I see.
So she has no info, and this is her first time home
Right.
since that happened, and it's been a couple of years.
And you're flipping through your sister's diary like it's
no,
just
her journal, not her journal, her sketchbook.
What's the difference? Okay.
Her sketchbook.
Would it surprise you if the pictures started moving on their own?
Probably, yes.
Okay.
Do
can
they?
move.
I mean, yes. Why on earth do you think I would ask a question like
Because you do things like that.
that? Why on Hulk's green Earth? Why would I ask a
Yes,
question like that?
she's going to be very surprised if the pictures start moving on their own, actually.
Would you be surprised if they spoke to you and called you by name?
Yep.
All right.
That'd be kind of messed up because that would be Hogwarts, and we don't talk about that place anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Uh-huh.
See, Hogwarts is a flat hologram that moves back and forth. This is a 3D projection that projects out of the page and is very ink and feather quill. I'm
Okay.
thinking less magic
Okay.
portrait and more Darkest Dungeon.
The sketchbook gets placed up back on the desk and she's just staring at it.
The voice will get muffled when you close the book, but
I
as
didn't
if
close it. I just set it down. Just
oh, I see. I misunderstood. It is a sketchbook. They're to lay like this, not like that, huh?
yeah.
The projection, it doesn't. It would only look like your sister if she was covered in plant matter, like vines and vines and leaves and thorns and such.
And what name does this plant matter hologram thing call her?
I mean, your actual name, but I'm not going to give that away to the rest of the group without.
They're not in here.
Right.
Okay.
I see what you're doing there, and I'm not gonna.
I'm just checking because it does make a difference to her which name
Right. See,
she's called.
you need confirmation. The rest of them thought they was gonna get something, and I'm not doing that.
Yes.
Aw.
I was very much like, do
Is
tell.
it time?
Oh no, none of y'all are
Look,
in here.
it's
with
time
me.
when
You
Hoshi
don't get
says
to know
it's time.
shit.
Not a
This
second
time
before
on
that.
Shadow Scar, we learn Hoshi's name.
Hoshi's name is Hoshi. Shut up.
What do you mean?
You've known Hoshi's name the whole time. I don't know what you're on about.
Oh yeah, all 2 weeks.
And it'll address you by your actual name.
Mm-hmm.
And say, I need it from our place. You'll know it's in our place that only we know about. I can't come home without it.
You can come home?
If you bring it on, if you touch it to the sketchbook, yes.
Okay.
You can move the sketchbook. I don't really want to go home exactly, but I would like to see you.
Does Hoshi actually know what they're talking about?
Whatever your personal place is, that's just the two of you, that's entirely up to you to decide. I figured that I know what it is and you don't, but it'll be obvious when you get there.
Uh-huh.
Do you have like a favorite tree you like to sit under, a private room in your house that no one else knows about?
No, I think they had a shop they would go to.
Adorable.
Now
I need to know, what do they sell? Is it a coffee shop? Do they sell yarn there?
Oh, it's pastries. What do you mean?
Oh, nice. It's a cafe?
It's older sister would be like, all right, I'm gonna go out and socialize little one. Okay, come on. And then we would go and actually talk about things and talk about our parents and all of that. And yeah.
If they serve pastries and not coffee, what kind of a cafe even is it?
Right?
A bakery.
Yeah. It's called a shop. I didn't say cafe. He did.
But still.
Thank you, Stormy.
You're welcome. I love bakeries.
So Hoshi is gonna look at the book and go, so whatever it is just needs to get placed on your sketchbook?
Yes.
Okay. You're gonna have to give me more than that.
The voice will change. It'll try and talk to you, like you'll see it move, and the mouth will move, and it'll go, recording time out of minutes. And then it'll start over.
As if my sister knew what I would say?
No. Have you seen the iRobot movie?
Nope.
Okay. It's
Why
more
did
like
you?
it because I liked the novel and I didn't know. Like I didn't see the trailer before I watched it. You know, once upon a time, I didn't watch trailers. And for the most part, I still don't until after I've seen the thing.
Anyway.
Anyway, it's more like it had enough. It could respond to a number of pre-recorded expectations. Things she thought you would say that she recorded answers to. You've asked something that wasn't on the script, so it doesn't know what to do.
Yep. Okay. Gonna take the sketchbook and close it and put it in her bag and go, honestly?
Mike, you've been slapped twice. You know that, right?
I beg pardon?
Thor said bakery, and Rinker says possibly a Mormon cafe or any other faith group that avoids coffee, caffeinated hot beverages.
Okay, I actually retaliate. Unfortunately, you didn't see this because it's in the Discord. You don't read that yet. I responded to you that if it was posh as fuck, it would have been that patisserie.
So she's gonna put the sketchbook in her bag, and
I didn't mean it was posh as fuck. I meant the two of them.
Yeah.
Like,
and you know what?
Well, we knew that.
That's true.
This later. There's been weirder. I will process this later. There's been weirder. And she is going to take an actual shower. Get clean in her own home.
What a concept.
And then the only thing I'm going to say is that there's a very similar jacket to the one she's wearing, except it's in more of a red-orange color that she's going to swap out for. That for everyone else, it's just gonna be like, yeah, she changed her clothes. It's fine. It's her sister's coat.
Aw.
And then we'll come downstairs and hopefully everyone will already be eating food that's being prepared, and she's gonna just see what do we do next.
Drink.
What is everybody else up to anyway?
Well, apparently 4 is continuing to drink. I'm sure being catastrophically drunk won't impact 4's ability to perform the rest of this mission in any
I was
really
picturing a
noticeable
tiniest cup of tea with the pinky out and everything.
No, there's like 4, like 2 or 3 bottles.
Of
One
tea.
would say even 4.
Of tea. Like,
yeah, alcoholic tea, sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I was gonna say Long
Like
Island.
He's got some
Teas.
twisted
Yeah.
teas. Yep.
He came in contact with his arch nemesis.
Your comment, by the way, I'm going to say that Fifth Street is not canonically French, but as many cities with high profile
this Discord is going to be
diplomats and everything, there are many influences from many high profile cities found in this city.
That include the French.
That include the French, but not just only European.
I love how you say the French, not French influences, influence of the French, like the French, capital T French.
I've been
the
playing...
French by which other French are compared and found not.
So Fifth Street is France French, it's Quebec, it's like,
and it's also a lot of American, but you know.
No. Those are just French imports.
I think it would. I think if it was going to be French, they would have called it. What was it Rue something? Whatever the
Shadow Scar DLC. Everyone's fighting with baguettes.
So anyway, yeah, Hoshi comes down to make sure that everyone else who's needed to sleep has been able to sleep and eat and shower, and hopefully that her parents both hope that they are and aren't home yet.
Now, Kai, in the morning, one of my morning rituals is to go to the restroom. So when you say wee,
no, that, sir, is a joke so pathetic that I watched the same joke get made when I was, I think, 9 on
what you're saying is it's timeless.
On a Fox Saturday morning cartoon. I think it was called Hysteria.
Yep.
Yeah.
That cartoon is hilarious. I don't know what your problem is.
Was that in color?
Yes.
How old do you think we are?
I apparently just decided to wake up and cause problems.
Somebody asked me the other day if I had
I
a
feel like
Rolodex.
that's been you the last couple of sessions.
Right? What's
Yeah,
wrong
yeah.
with you?
Like,
Do you? Are you
Yeah,
like
yeah.
You've
that?
been very
For, like,
CSy.
Yes.
like the last couple of weeks, you just woke up and chose violence.
I mean, I'm
No.
not
Just
upset
choose
about
it.
it or anything.
Picked it out, color coordinated, and everything.
Yeah.
Right?
I am not that coordinated. It's chaotic
Anyway,
sass.
Any hoodle. Yeah.
yeah, I'll fetch my vent suit out of Hoshi's bathtub. Now that the holes should have sewn themselves back together.
Mhm. I'm assuming you do that before Hoshi then takes a shower in the morning.
Oh.
Or
Sure.
Okay.
Not gonna be a creep about it. Good call.
Yep. If you want to live, that's the right response.
I mean, there might be some residual blood stains and creep stink in the shower, but
Well, that's why it's in the shower, and guess what? It's easily cleanable.
that's right. Exactly. That's the whole point.
He did. He said creep stink. He sure did.
Yeah, there's a reason why we're showering. Like we have not been in like
I
That's
presume
the vents might not have been the most gross thing, but there have been so much stuff specifically to Kai and Hoshi that has been gross, and Rena.
Yeah.
and
Like, Rena
Tanamichi,
was in
who
a-
got him.
We've had a lot of like bugs and
Like
gooey-
spider mouths
Yeah.
and porcupine ice cubes and icicles
Mhm.
and gas stank and
man,
Yeah,
what kind
I
of-
mean, Creeve's unholy death fart. You know,
Yeah, yeah.
what kind of adventure have you guys been on? Nothing's happened to me.
right?
dude, you are summoning the fates upon yourself.
Because
Like,
you've been off to the side making eggs while the rest of us were actually learning things.
One time.
Like,
And it was
I
a
make
good
eggs
breakfast.
one
This,
time.
this
It
is
was also
this is
bacon.
like if Damocles got a pair of hedge clippers, it was like actively chopping at the sword.
Why do you think I keep sending bribes home to Jay?
But
If
again,
you-
then you're only protected as long as there's a bribe, and you
if
keep
you
sending
wish
him
to be harmed,
consumables.
just wait when we go
Why-
to your
why do you-
place.
Why do you keep sending
Yeah.
him consumables? It means they run out.
Oh, because I like
Right?
bacon.
Like, I am drinking this. He didn't send me this. You ain't safe.
I sent you a muffin yesterday.
Yes, which means it was eaten
That was then and this
yesterday.
is now. Stop
Mhm,
living in the
mhm.
past.
But it was a rum muffin.
I know. I ate it. It's gone. I don't appear to have a muffin now. You
Aw.
fuck. I mean,
I don't care how drunk the muffin was.
right? I did have my way with it, though.
No.
Oh,
Hey.
man. Oh.
No,
I put
that's
that whole muffin in my mouth. I sure did.
oh,
What's
that is
Molly doing? I want to know because we know Four's getting drunk. I want to know what Molly's doing after telling all of us, and then
Tanamichi also would very much like to know what Molly's doing in this moment.
Well, I re-fantasize about me and that muffin and what we did together. What's Molly up to?
Molly is walking around just like smelling the plants.
Aw.
She's just going
Wholesome.
around, she's examining the plants. If there are any that, which I'm assuming there's not a ton of, but you know how like succulents, the leaves will fall off and you can take those to like replant them.
Mhm.
I'm assuming everything is taken, as you said, very, very, very well care of.
well,
But if
how
there-
long has her dad been gone? Because if her
Uh,
dad's been gone a couple days, there might be some.
Parents have only been gone a couple of days.
Okay.
So I would say you probably find like max of like 3.
Yeah, so then she'll like just go around and look for some of those, and she's gonna put them in like a little like pocket, but she'll ask Hoshi, like, do you think it's okay if I take these? Because I could like replant these and they've already fallen off the leaf, but I don't want to take them if he's gonna use them. But
He's not going to count them, and he's actually going to be very surprised at how well his plants did while he was gone.
yeah, so she's probably gonna go through, take off, so then she can plant them later, keep them as seeds, potentially use them in potions, or like
Mhm.
collect anything that has like pollen on it, and just kind of like very gently, very carefully, very respectfully going through and looking, pruning, and like watering the plants.
Unfortunately, there are some that are also out on the balcony, but the balcony did not get separately enclosed by the protection things. Like to go out onto the balcony is not a thing right now. But there are more out there.
Does your barricade include any way to look outside?
Cameras? Nothing.
I was gonna say physically, like I'm gonna go over to a window. All of that's barricaded, but I would say there's probably some kind of visual security cameras or something we could see.
Does that look like into the hallway or out into the street or both?
Probably balcony, roof, hallway, and then because we're on the top floor, like one on each corner of the top of the building down into the street, but you would have to manually like zoom in to see if there's anything.
You don't have
Otherwise,
a
it's very much
peephole in
an
your door?
aerial.
I can make one.
No.
Oh,
Don't vandalize her house.
There is a normal peephole in the door, just as there are actual windows in this building, but we are in lockdown. So no,
Right.
you can't just look through the peephole.
I
Because if you can look through the peephole, they can poke you through the peephole.
right in your pointy little eye. You bet.
Yep.
And out in through the people, into the people.
Correct.
Yep.
Exactly. So Molly is fussing around with plants, wholesome, like usual. Oh, look, a furball.
Hi. Oh, that is a
That's
That
a
is
upset baby. That is a
We are
looking
kidding.
into the camera
That is the
of
face
just
of
like
judgment right there.
Yeah. Mars, you should put me down right now.
Look straight ahead, fine. Looks up into the camera, death glare.
You're gonna rue the day. Go on, start ruining.
Rage.
You are writing your own will and testament and digging your own grave at this moment.
Human, I will
Oh,
destroy you.
bye, baby. Bye, Floof. Nope. Oh, or not.
Anyway.
So Hoshi is busy cleaning themselves off. Kai is busy. What are you doing?
Well, I
You're
just got
removing
my
the filth from the bathroom.
yeah, I got my shirt back basically. I guess I'll probably just grab breakfast and ask Hoshi or not Hoshi, ask Rena, hey, so Satan grounded you last night? What was that?
I think that's when Hoshi walks down the steps and it's just like, I'm sorry?
That was Brandon, the brimstone butler.
Well,
He's a nice enough guy.
It just means that he just basically cut me off financially for a little bit because he's upset with me for destroying the thing. He spent years,
his entire life, yeah.
No, it wasn't his entire life. It was like something that he'd known about it his entire life, but he didn't start pursuing it until the past few years.
Rena, as you rise and I stretch or do whatever it is you get up, you'll find a letter on the floor where Brandon had been standing.
Okay.
Okay, so he can corporeally teleport from wherever the fuck he is to wherever you happen to be at any time.
Oh yeah, if he really wanted to kill us already because of the whole stunt, he probably would have already done it. So
yeah, right.
This is just my name. It's fine.
Right. I'm just like, hey, if he can do that, that's bad.
Maybe say, sorry, Father.
Don't be a wimp. Right. That was yesterday. Right? Stop living in the past.
Like, we're in another.
That wasn't heard. That was heard.
What?
I don't know if anyone else heard it, but I heard what he said.
What did he know? What did he say?
Don't repeat it.
That's up to you. If they want, they can go back and clip it later and listen. As you're trying to do to your poor cat's nails on live stream. Like, what are you doing?
Weirdo.
What's up?
Right? Don't be a freak.
It looks
Don't
like
anyway.
your cat's claws.
So
Cat's claws. Yes.
Claws claws?
Claws claws?
Close claws?
Moving on. So, Rena, Satan,
right.
Satan dad.
Satan's manservant. Calm down now.
He's the butler. That's fine.
Right. He buttles.
Battles.
Okay, there's going to come a time in your life where you need us for something, and I'm going to be gloating insufferably about it.
Oh, I hope that day actually comes.
Oh, I thought you were talking to me.
That
It's
would
like, because I
be
used the word buttle.
That would be very exciting to have that actually happen for once.
A vulnerability? Yeah.
Uh-huh.
Yeah. I'm sure it would be a novel experience for you.
It really
Anyway,
would be. So
Really
in
would.
any way, if whenever your dad comes to immolate you, just let us know and we'll
Watch.
Jesus.
Get
Or
out of
do
the
you have
way.
more of that, or did you drink it all?
I think I saw another case. I think.
Hoshi's just
Another
gonna go over you
case?
and see just how much you've drunk and go, listen, I know this is for guests, but it's usually for guests plural and not all on one in one occasion.
Well, I'm seeing multiple.
I think what Hoshi's trying to say here is decorum.
I think he's
Yeah,
attempting
she's
to
just-
teach himself the way of the drunken master.
She's gonna ask one of the staff if she can just get a vial of basically anti-hangover, sober you up real quick. It's not fun. It's nasty. It's gonna taste nasty. It's gonna feel like crap for like 2 minutes. And she's not
Several
gonna
of the
give it to you now.
attendants-
She's gonna let you get as drunk as you want because it's gonna hit harder. And
Right,
then
right.
she's gonna give it to you later, and it's gonna suck.
Just
but at least you'll be
please-
able to function.
Can we please
Mhm.
save that
Context.
for after we're not in lockdown so that the
Yes.
vomit stink isn't going to be
Yeah, no. She's
soaking in?
specifically not giving
Yeah.
it now. She's putting it in her pocket for when we
For
need
later.
to work later after he's.
Mhm.
We
Because I
established
don't want
that-
to give it and then he drinks more. That's
Right.
wasting it.
We established last time that several of the attendants, while it is professionally their job to not actually showcase any amount of emotional involvement, they can't
Mhm.
help it. You are inquisitive and friendly and sweet, and they've grown quite fond of you outside of the expectations of their job. Which is to say, when you ask for that, they find a way to quietly ask you whether or not they kind of giggle at the idea and ask you if you want the one that smells like the one that would taste like wet dog, or the one that tastes like feet.
Mm.
Don't you dare.
You know what? I think one
Also,
of each would actually be very
someone
helpful.
thinks
'Cause I don't
Hoshi
know that
is
he won't do it
sweet?
again.
Mhm, mhm.
What was that there for?
Someone thinks Hoshi is sweet?
Who thinks
oh,
Hoshi-
she is sweet. Who doesn't? Right.
I mean, if they think Hoshi's sweet, wait till they get a load of Molly.
Right.
Yeah, Molly's
Right?
adorable. What do you mean?
The whole
yeah.
team is adorable except for that four prick. I don't know what you're on about.
Hoshi will ask if it's possible she could actually get one of each, because I mean, Four might do this again, and I won't have you here so wonderfully.
So yeah, I'm gonna.
They smile a smile that is larger than is required for this moment, and hand you two of them.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain to them. I'm just gonna wave them off. Like, he's grieving in his own way, and then I'm gonna
Within
go hang
mask.
out with. Yeah, and we're gonna go. I'm gonna go hang out with Tanamichi just to make sure he doesn't kill anyone.
Speaking of Tanamichi, what are you doing there?
Yeah, I asked Tanamichi
Yeah.
to keep me sane, and then after that, now we're watching Tanamichi. This is great.
I think Tanamichi is just very uncomfortable at the fact that we're locked in here. Like, he doesn't like that.
Because you're claustrophobic or something?
We
separate.
can leave. Others can't get in unless they're my parents, but we would have to break it. We would
Okay.
have to break the code from the inside.
Yeah.
We would have to choose to do that and leave.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. I think it's more of like he's just not feeling like whatever danger from these hunters is past in any way, shape, or form just because we're locked in here. And so he's just like watching Molly and watching, like, I mean, Rena's dad's person got in here and told her that she's grounded. So, like, how
We're
do we
not
know that?
safe.
Yeah, how do we know that we're safe in this lockdown area at this point? So he's just very on edge right now. But luckily I didn't have to like restore any key or anything. So I haven't used any in a while.
Rena did also, before going to bed and rest and everything, she did go shower and all that stuff. And snoop. In areas that she hadn't been in yet.
Snoopy. So
Snoopy, like the dog?
No, like the Rena. And while there is a joke to be made there, it's in poor taste and I refuse to do it.
Weak.
So anyway.
Yes. Yeah,
Tanamichi, hey, are you, you're not like, you're not thinking about like murdering anybody, right? Like in the immediate future?
Not unless we are being actively threatened. No.
Okay.
Though
I honestly don't think Molly's capable of too many acts of violence. I think she threw the axe under duress.
I think so. That doesn't mean that it won't happen just because we haven't seen it yet.
Right. We're as much of a threat to her as she is to us at this point. She's sticking around voluntarily.
Fair.
If anything, even more of a threat because I thought y'all were immediately going to kill me when revealing.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, well.
Yeah, that went over surprisingly well.
I mean,
yeah.
3/5 of my government was yokai, so, and we functioned for surprisingly long time under that circumstance. So.
Yeah.
we just killed most of them.
Well, most is a strong word.
Wait, so it's just occurring to me. Did Molly also end another yokai
Yes, by hugging.
as a yokai?
Because she was so joyful and so powerful, which we said as a joke, and then was actually remind me, Molly,
actually
look, the power of love is triumphant and eternal.
Did you know you were yokai when you were then hugging the Tom? You already had that decided by that point?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Cool.
Yeah,
cool,
Molly
cool.
weaponized her love to obliterate another life. You
Amazing.
bet.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, and so with Molly,
make no mistake, that was murder.
just don't be sensitive to love and sunshine, and I think you'll be all right.
Right. Yeah. Look, don't be a force for evil, and we won't put you down.
Yeah.
Right?
4.
I had no thoughts.
That face
there.
was oddly suspicious.
Right? It's like the Vigilance of Stendar from Skyrim. Walk the path of light, or we will drag you into it. Like, they're awfully forceful people. Like, wow, you are not going to win hearts and minds with that message. I mean, I don't necessarily disagree, but you're not going to sell tickets with that. Oh boy. Anyway, yes, Molly hugged a guy into oblivion very much on purpose. Also, hugged into oblivion is not something I never thought I'd have the privilege to say. So thanks for that.
I feel like there's been a lot of that with this game.
There was a lot of that with all of you all of the time.
Super quick, Jay, I sent you a thing that I want Hoshi to just probably honestly just go into her room and record real quick for them. Also, Becky, I once again seem to have a profile picture that is a bit too tall, and you had gotten me the one that actually worked last time. If you could potentially do that for me again, I put it in Discord. Please and thank you, love you. Just because at this point it's her belly, so maybe we can.
And
bring it down a little bit so it's also her face.
Oh, yeah,
and not just her torso.
Her eyes are up somewhere.
Yeah, her eyes are up here.
Right? Where?
The whole my eyes are up here, look up here doesn't work if you can't see them.
Yeah. Kind of hard to.
But I did also actually replace her gun with a crossbow. Finally, you know the weapon she actually uses.
Right.
It's fine.
Try that one.
Thank you. Appreciate
I was gonna say a thing and then my brain went away.
I am
anyway.
It's like a lazy Susan. It'll come back around.
Yep.
Hey,
that is actually a perfect way to describe my version of ADHD. Like it'll come back around eventually.
Right. It might not be at a time that's
sunshine and hug into
but...
oblivion and Molly did murder, but it wasn't intentional, but it was on purpose, but it,
Oh no, that was 100% intentional.
I was going, what do you mean it wasn't intentional?
Oh no, that was 100%. Like she killed for you guys.
Was the obliteration also intentional?
Of the lab?
Of the
turtle. Of the
Tom.
Yeah.
Okay.
The tortoise of malaise. Yeah. Molly was like, can't malaise? Not today.
Can we get a real one?
Found her opposite.
Hey, that's much better. Thank you.
So
So what now? You're in lockdown. Everybody's awake. Everybody's talking. Everybody's hanging out. Thor's drinking too much. Molly lusts for the
enough.
plants on the deck that they can't reach.
I am also going to go ahead and see if I can find any of my dad's tools or notes or anything to see if there's anything in that would help Kai. And if not, I'll just grab a baggie of the dirt and it won't have yokai stuck in it for you this time.
That's what I thought last time. I hope. Is there a way we can check, Molly?
My
Is there a way we can check?
Don't tend to hopefully.
Let me at it.
Yeah, Molly, you want to check and make sure there's no other yokai captured in the dirt. But no, she's gonna see if there's any kind of, without like, if she has to like go in through drawers or anything, no, because he will notice. But if it's anything out and obvious that she can find information wise, and if not, we're gonna get an actual little jar of dirt for Kai. Just so
you want to get some dirt for Kai that isn't, supernatural contaminated.
Yep.
Is that what you're trying to tell me?
But like,
Right, yeah.
it's well cared for. It is well nutriented, not with living things that are, like maybe people rotting or anything, like actual good.
Yeah, you're looking for quality pH, but
synthesized.
no, ectoplasm. I understand.
I'm just looking for natural. I mean, organic would be better, but
But synthesizable means that you can recreate it versus having to have the
So
dirt
the impression
from
I
her.
got from Hoshi was that her dad was all in on the plants, and I
Yes.
imagine that everything in here would be of like the best, not just the best possible quality, but like the best dirt for a cactus is not the best dirt for a lily.
Yeah.
And he would know the difference and not. Is he the kind of guy who gets taken in by a higher price tag? Like if there are two bags of topsoil and they're both for the same kind of plant, but this one's $20 and this one's $14, but this one's actually better. Would he be able to tell the difference, and would he
Yes.
care? Okay.
He learned the hard way when he was younger, but he can and
yeah.
understands now.
Look, sometimes paying for brand label is actually a good idea, but in my experience, that's not as true as much as some people might think. The phrase you get what you pay for is not really something to live by.
Yeah.
When you pay for brand, you pay for bland.
And he's also very well informed to know if somebody is trying to raise the price because it's him buying.
Aha. A shrewd business weasel.
Yes. My parents are very good at what they do. Just raising kids isn't one of them.
Also, Hoshi, if you want
like an air conditioner. Damn.
If I want what?
If you want an extra lens on our security, I can put my spy outside and do a little perimeter sweep.
I would love to know because now we've had a full night's sleep, what's happening on the other floors of the building, as well as how wide the energy shutdown is of the city.
So you want to send a little camera, doot, 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 and go outside and doot, 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 doot.
It's not a camera, right? Is it a Mikio?
It is a Mikio, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a servant spirit in the spirit world. Perched on a piece of cover or a character within 100 feet.
Right. Yeah.
That thing I did episodes ago. That
you like your phantasmal gargoyle. Yeah. So you project that outside the building, yes?
Mm-hmm.
You don't need line of sight. You can put it somewhere you can't see.
It just says which perches on a piece of cover or a character within 100 feet.
Sure, you bet. You saw the building come in. So, there's old etchings outside for it to perch on. It perches.
Yeah, I'm aware that, like most buildings, this one has a roof.
Right, yeah. I was thinking something more on the side, like a ledge where a gargoyle might actually, like Bruce that hangs out with Spider-Man. But sure, roof.
Yeah.
To clarify, I realized that Batman broods, but I did not mean Bruce Wayne. I meant Bruce the Gargoyle.
Okay.
Which I think is funny. Parker has a particular building he likes to brood on so much he named the gargoyle that sits there. I think that's adorable. Anyway, your phantasmal gargoyle aide scans the city below. It's mostly how it was when you came in, which is to say military occupation. What's different is that the rolling power outage has moved beyond this point to the rest of the city, which means there should be minimal military forces down below. Unfortunately, that is not the case. They are setting what look like big gray bricks against the side of the building.
Oh,
Is this a coup?
they're gonna blow this place up.
Big gray bricks with little little wires poking out of them, like little.
Yeah. When I say big, I mean like this big.
Yeah, like things that then go boom.
Breaching charges.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Breaching tomes is more like they're bigger than normal.
We should leave.
Yeah, and we should also pull the fire alarm so that we can evacuate the building so that everyone else can get out too.
You mean the building we just put on lockdown?
No, the floor we put on lockdown.
Okay.
Right.
Her family doesn't own the building. Her family owns the penthouse. There's a difference.
Yeah. Hoshi, does this building have like a general fire alarm or like a PA system? Like, hey, everybody, you might want to get out before they level the entire building with you in it.
I think this is what's coming to my mind as Heather is I think the answer is yes, but not when there's no power. Because unlike the thing on the outside that has sunlight, this doesn't. But what we can do is run down the stairs and knock and yell and knock and yell and knock and yell as we leave.
Well, Jay,
building's going to explode. Pass it on.
Yeah. The power stuff. You said that the power stuff.
The power's back on. Yeah.
Okay, if the power is back on.
Yeah.
The power's back on. Before we go to break, your gargoyle can kind of swing its vision around, yeah?
I assume it lasts for 10 minutes.
Okay, yeah. So even if it can't move its vision, it could just physically get up and clear the rest of the building and then walk to the four corners and feed you data like that.
Yeah.
So you know that they are about done with charges and they're off to make with the... Would you roll a d4 and cut it in half? Roll up. You can't roll a 0.
Oh, man.
So, mind you, the highest I can get on this is a 2 by definition.
That is correct.
Mm-hmm.
And that was D8 and not a D4, and that doesn't, that's cheating.
That would be great.
Trying to make it so we can get a 4.
Well, I rolled the 4, so we do have the full 2.
Cool. Okay. You got 12 seconds. I will see you in 15 minutes about those 12 seconds.
Damn it.
So honestly, first thought is undo the lockdown and go off the balcony. That's my
not
first
a bad
thought.
idea.
So we are 10 floors up, y'all.
Yep. We have ways to not take falling damage from multiple people.
Do we now?
The wind?
Yeah, we've done
right.
this before.
Okay.
We already did this one. We actually did this. We could just do it again. But it's definitely going to be like, hit the button. And also we have staff in this apartment that Hoshi would like to have come with us.
Yeah.
So I don't know what the logistics are for how many and what and all of that.
Okay, so I do have a thought for something we can do on the way down that might give us a bit more time. It's a nice callback. I don't know if it's going to work or not.
I'm going to go. I'll be back.
Okay, me too.
No.
Hoshi, you are still not muted.
I just unmuted because I heard weird squishy sounds.
Sorry, that would be my dog getting a drink in the background. Which is not, that's...
When I clicked back on, it looked like it was you doing it.
Okay, thankfully, no. I don't know how to manufacture that noise on my own, and for that, I'm grateful personally. Because I think everyone else is because there's only so many ways. Um, and that would get us, I think, banned. So, yeah, I'll be back.
So on break, Amber was reminding me about that one time I stepped out on her for a meatball sub.
Wait, what happened?
I cheated on Amber with a meatball sub
Oh, what happened?
right in front of her.
How dare you?
How could you?
I know. It was just terrible.
At least you're alive.
It's true. Right. I may have said things like, what's a nice sub like you doing in a place like this? It was something else. She was like, do you need to be alone? You need me to leave? I was like, no, you can watch. It's fine. Like it was really, really good. Fantastic.
Oh, hi.
It is by far the best hot meat I've ever had in my mouth. It's great. Oh, Mike, you're back.
No, this is my front.
Oh, jeez.
That's true. But for a
somehow
moment there, I
that's-
saw your side. Some of it. Anyway.
Somehow that's worse than what Jay said before that.
Combo.
And I'm one to talk.
Super
Sorry,
mega combo.
It took me a minute to get Eclipse off of my lap.
Uh-huh. Sure. Whatever you say. What's not to believe? I believe you.
You've met him.
Uh-huh. So,
Meanwhile, in
hi.
the comment section, I'm learning that Jay Rinker really is the most interesting man in the world.
Right?
They're pretty great.
I did send a question.
Oh God.
Oh
What do you
yeah,
want
go
now?
for it.
No, like a good, helpful,
I'll be the judge of that.
important question.
I'll be the judge of that.
See, it was important.
It was.
Oh.
I know. I was kind of hoping for shenanigans. Good news. Having read the message, shenanigans are still possible.
Okay, cool. As long as shenanigans are always on the table, I'm good with continuing
So-
playing this game.
I'm assuming Kai informs us of impending issue, yes?
Oh, yes. Yeah, building's going to explode in like 10 seconds, unless we take preventive action. Which
Yeah,
I do
well,
intend.
hold on. I'm intense, not unfair. You have 12 seconds. Thank you very much.
Right. Okay. Can I briefly, by virtue of having the spectral spy, did I identify which one of these people has the trigger mechanism?
Yes. Yeah. But there are two. Because these are asset hunters and they know bullshit like whatever the hell it is you're scheming happen. So you got to have backup buttons for your blowy uppies.
Does anyone else have a long range weapon?
Blow ups.
I do have a question.
Okay.
These asset hunters, do we know they're specifically after me, or is this a separate group?
So they are actually, I think Rena has confirmation that they aren't specifically after you.
Right, because she claimed me, right? Does
Right.
that
And they
count
didn't
as
just
me
leave.
being Rena's?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes, I stress in a very uncomfortable sort of way. What Rena has done is lay legal claim to you as a guardian. Much in the same way you do with children, except you're an adult. So it's kind of slavery.
Something don't like.
Hoshi has her crossbow, but Hoshi also has the portal Mikio.
Ooh.
What?
There are two switches. You have the guy ready to just stand there next to the truck and push the button, and another guy underneath a dome you can see through. That's polyplastic material. It's got the kind of Durasteel shit you see on Star Wars, except you can see through it. It's an igloo, basically. He needs to be able to see what he's going to blow up. The bluish tint to that means that Mikios don't function on the inside. It's almost like they hunt Mikio users for a living.
Yeah, almost. Yeah.
You could stop him, but you'd have to physically take the button from him to do so.
Yeah.
And you'd have to do it
in 12
seconds.
If we have 12 seconds, Hoshi is going to rapid fire instruct just whoever's around that isn't the team. Break lockdown, pull the alarm, grab your parachutes, jump.
I mean, the lovely staff who've loved to watch you grow and become a powerful person in your own right. Those people.
Yes.
And to break she does have to go over with the original staff member who said it, and she has to say the same code that she'd said in the other thing to break it. But even if we end up figuring out a different way, they need to not be in this building anymore.
Mm-hmm. You
And
break the lockdown, they jump. What?
Maybe throw the fire alarm on the way.
Yep. It's right there. Press the button. It's fine. What I had asked was because they work on the 10th floor and, her family lives on the 10th floor, if it would make sense for them to have parachutes in case there was a fire and they weren't able to get to the steps or the hallway. And yes, so they're fine as long as people aren't assholes and shoot them on the way down, which they might. I really hope they don't.
I was just gonna say they do. Why do you think they're blowing up the building? These people that love you and just did what you asked them, you asked them to do with zero hesitation, get shredded like Swiss cheese.
Can we make it where they jump in the direction opposite of the people doing the things?
I feel like they have the building surrounded.
Right.
Did you just use your friends as bait?
No, because we're also having to leave. But if they stayed in the building, they would get blown up.
Right.
So either way, it's like if they want a chance.
Right. Hoshi was looking at the difference between gonna die, maybe gonna die. All of a sudden, maybe gonna die looks pretty great. Like,
yep.
Fire
alarm is pulled and we need to get out.
You people fill the building's hallways as fast as they can. Because not everybody has access to the parachute like that. That costs money and a separate wing in your apartment for stuff like that.
And a balcony to go off of.
Right, yeah. Lots of people just, you can't take the stairs. There's too many damn people. You'll never make it in time. Kai, what do you want to do?
I figured we were taking the window anyway.
Well, you got 12 seconds, and if you jump off that balcony, you're looking at just enough bullets. You might as well call it hellfire. What do you want to do?
Okay. This,
you're on the top floor.
Does
the balcony's no hand signs. I see. The balcony's probably no good. It's at least very dangerous. The staircase is no good. The elevator's no good. I have no idea how you're going to get out of this. Not a clue.
Okay. Hear me out.
I have no choice.
I don't think the original plan needs to necessarily be discarded. It simply needs to be timed differently.
What was the original plan? Lockdown?
Protective gust of wind carrying us down thing.
Oh, okay.
Yes, that's what I was doing.
We have shit to do this. They didn't.
Right. Rena, you want to do the hand signs one more time a little bit higher so everybody can see your cool training? Very fancy. Look at you.
Yeah.
I don't suppose any of you have surfed on a building before.
Actually, yes. What?
No.
No.
Also,
do you think,
is it possible
when they implode buildings, they usually, fall from the bottom up, right?
Oh, that. I thought you meant that thing where you jump off a thing and shove a knife into a tapestry and rip down it like in Prince of Persia. I've actually done that.
No, I was talking about just letting them blow up the building with us on the roof and then just riding it down and then doing the gust of wind to get off of it.
Slick.
Bad
ass. Like what now? Molly? What?
I have something that might actually help.
Hey.
Anything at this point.
My question super quick is, knowing that they were out there, can Hoshi have these people plan to jump with us and not separately go out the window before?
As in not get shredded? You want to retcon backwards a little bit?
Yes,
sure.
Yeah, because she's not just doing. But it does mean that we have to figure out how to. I'm going to say probably 5 people.
Right. So with the 6 of you that are already here, that's what, 11? You need to find a way to babysit 11 people.
Yeah.
5. Let's give them bear hugs.
Yep. Everyone grab
my
a
wind
bunny
is 10 feet radius.
Ooh,
okay.
You can't fit
I
10 feet.
I have
You can totally fit 11 people in 10 feet.
Too.
You just gotta get real close.
10 square feet.
Yeah, we got space.
As opposed to round feet.
Well, actually, I think this should be 10 cubic feet.
Anyway, so
what did you have, Molly?
What were you gonna offer?
Oh, you said cubic. Sorry.
I wanted to make sure that
Molly's idea.
yeah.
Yes, Molly, what?
What was your thought?
Molly has a technique called Radiate Menace. So when you take
do?
yeah.
So
Oh, we're right. This is
How to
very
make you
off-brand
now
for
even
you.
more
Fucking what?
wary that that is a fucking thing.
Just hear me out, okay?
Okay.
I'm listening.
So when you take the threaten action, you can target multiple characters. Each character must make a separate resistance check to defense against your manipulation check. You cannot take a penalty on this check. So she's gonna lean out the window.
Slow down. Flag on the play. Molly is capable of the threaten action.
I knew Rita liked her.
To be fair, she has been claimed as yoke. Like, she's not actively being pursued at this point. If she reveals to down below that she is a yokai and like lets her tentacles come out, that they don't know Molly personally, right? They would just see, oh shit, she's a yokai. Is she saying stop or else? Shit might go down, is kind of what she's thinking. So it would definitely be like a lie on her part because she's got nothing else. But
my question is, do you have a range on that?
It did not say a range.
So I'm looking at the threaten action right now.
There might be.
To threaten means to use a manipulation, strength, or melee check, your choice. You attempt to make a target fear you. If you beat the target's defense, they take a -1 penalty to any checks required to oppose you. Alternatively, you can take a -2 penalty on your check, and then if you pass, they don't get to make checks against you at all. Instead, they run away. However, there is no predetermined distance on that. It's a social action. It goes in the same bucket as taunt, dishearten, convince, and charm. So I would argue that the distance is they need to be able to see and hear you. They can't see you clearly, but they can hear you fine.
Especially she like puts her head over the balcony.
Right. I love how like publicly you're going to be threatening them, but privately you're going to be touching the plants.
Yeah.
This is just an excuse so she can go out and see the plants one last time before they go and get blown up.
She's just trying to save the plants, okay?
I was gonna say Molly might even be able to grab a pot on her way down.
Hoshi. Hoshi, either you or I, if we use our spatial portal thing, she can yell into the portal.
No, well, she can yell into the portal. It won't quite go in their dome though.
No, I just mean it'll magnify her voice. It'll get her voice closer,
like thaumaturgy.
So it'll be closer. Yeah.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, I'll gladly do a key point. Now that we've slept. Hi, Eclipse. He's trying to be a scarf. So I love how much Zoom really doesn't want to show him when he's actually finally not just showing his butthole.
She's gonna run over and she's gonna like grab something that looks big. She's gonna grab one of the axes. Do you still have those axes?
Oh no.
She's not gonna throw it. She's gonna grab it to threaten, to make her threat worse. But I don't think she explains that to Four in the moment. So she just kind of runs up.
Is if you do it just vocally but close and they don't know what you look like, that'll be better than then when they try to chase us through the streets.
If she throws the axe off the roof, it's a grav axe. It might shatter the dome.
Throw it in the dome! Throw it in the dome!
Oh, yeah.
Throw it on the
dome! To amplify your menace.
Dude,
yeah, right. I'll get your amplification right here.
Do not.
We'll have the one portal where Kai is doing an assassination on the dude detonating, and then we'll do the other portal in the back being creepy, while then there's a grav axe just dropped from the sky.
Amplifying Molly's voice.
Holy,
I have, yeah.
So I want to a couple things here. One, I had considered this course of events last week. And when you tell players about a cool plan, it's nowhere near as fun as when they come up with it on their own. So if I believed in crossing my fingers, I would have been doing that all night and hopes you'd add this up. I'm so happy. Also, the assassinate action says if you are considered from hidden from your target or they do not suspect you mean them harm. As we've established, Molly is not inherently threatening, and they don't know what she looks like.
Well, I'm also saying, like, if Kai does it to the one guy that's not in the protected dome, does an assassinate action, and then would the grav axe being dropped also be an assassinate action?
Right. Well, hold on, I'm getting to that. If you're considered hidden from your target, or they do not suspect you mean them harm, which means you don't need both. It's not and or, it's or. You are within 50 feet, which I would argue can be trumped with your portal nonsense, and you are unarmed or wielding a weapon without the loud trait. The axe does not have the loud trait. That you can assassinate a guy within 50 feet from 10 stories away.
Yes.
So the portal can
Also,
just be
like
in
a
the air
meteor of
right
judgment.
over the dome and just.
And Tanamichi has mental math, so basically when I take the assassinate action, I can make the skill check, and once I know the result, I can go through with it or forego it. So I can attempt it.
So
and if it doesn't
Tanamichi
work,
can do the
someone else
grab
can-
axe while Molly is threatening, while Kai is assassinating the other one.
Yeah.
And
Rena has
that
her
is how
windowing
you
just
do
in
a
case.
coordinated assassination. Look at
Yes.
you. Four, I understand that your participation thus far is you're giving up an axe. Technically, you haven't
Does
agreed
four
to that.
give up this axe?
Well,
Did you
I
want to
feel-
participate in some other way? Also, I struggle to believe that you will find a cooler way to leverage this axe than a 10-story atomic drop.
I feel like Molly too just runs up, looks at 4, looks at the axe, and she's like, I don't want to take it from you because I already took your lab, but please. And she wants to like.
It's a heartbreaker.
A quick question: have they had him eat the sober thing yet?
No.
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 You're
That's what I
drunk
was
as a
wondering.
skunk in a funk.
So he's not gonna know. You can ask. He's not gonna notice at all.
I truly.
Rena, if that's the case, then Rena's just gonna kind of like scoot closer and use her wind to kind of like pull him closer to her and keep him steady.
Nice.
I will slide you the potion that tastes like feet. So that if we do need to go, you can chuck it down his mouth and then we jump.
To him. Yep.
Make sure to massage the throat.
Yeah. While
Massage his throat and close the mouth shut so he can't.
I got another shot for you.
Like when you give the dog a pill.
Yeah.
I found another shot for you.
Just as a note, this is the last grab axe.
Oh no! What did you do with the other 3?
So I had 3. 2 got thrown, and this was the last one I had.
Oh no!
Didn't I give you one?
I thought you had 4.
Yeah.
Oh.
I did give you one.
Yeah.
Rena had one.
I did not have that marked down. I only
You
had
have.
the
But I
3.
did give you one.
Yeah, you had 3 plus 1, right?
Okay.
Rena no longer has any.
Right.
So Eclipse, I am gonna have to roll dice. I'm assuming in a moment, good sir.
So
He's
who is
currently on
actually
top of
doing
both
the
my
assassinating rolls? The assassination rolls?
I think Tanamichi and Molly.
Oh,
No.
and Molly, and then Kai is the backup.
Kai and Hoshi are doing the portal things.
Hold on. So, okay. So we're doing the portals, and then Tanamichi, are you doing the grav axe or are you doing the other dude with that can blow it?
Tanamichi will probably not take the grav axe because he's not super strong.
Okay.
Right.
So you're
I have
gonna
zero
try to
athletics.
shoot through the portal at the first dude with the clicker.
Are we actually making a threaten roll, or are we just dropping the axe?
I think Molly should do both.
Okay.
I'm so down to do both.
I think the axe coming through the portal as Molly's saying it,
as she's threatening, yes,
is a part of like the threaten.
Right.
Yep.
Molly, what is your ability actually called? What did you say? Aura of Menace?
Let me look it up. Radiate Menace.
Radiate Menace.
Radiate Menace.
What does that do?
When you take the threaten action, you can target multiple characters. Each character must make a separate resistance check to defend against your manipulation check. You cannot take a penalty on this check.
Okay. So you are.
And then there was a follow-up thing that it said that if you did a thing, they couldn't do a check against you.
Right.
You take a
The-
-2.
The regular,
But-
because what you have there is a super impressive version of threaten. Because threaten is usually 1-to-1. You can't threaten a whole crowd of people. With aura of menace, you can, but it also specifies you have to use a manipulation check. So rewritten, what this says is, with your ability in mind, using a manipulation check, you attempt to make a target or targets fear you. If you beat the target's defense, they take a -1 penalty to any checks required to oppose you. Alternatively, you can take a -2 penalty on your check to instead force the target character or characters to flee from you and stay away from you. You could interpret that as, because you're using your super version and can't take a check, that last sentence is not an option. I'm going to interpret that as it is an option, you just don't take the negative check to do it.
I have a potential alternative plan that could be done first before we even have to see if this plan happens.
Okay. You do get to do 2 things on your turn. You also only have 12 seconds.
Yep.
Which is to say 2 turns each.
I have Aura of Authority.
Or of authority.
Which
Yeah. When the alert level is either alert or high alert, civilians assume you are a law enforcement official.
I would.
they're not civilians.
Right.
But they're law enforcement though.
They are, yes. Well,
so that only
more
that
like
only work for
more like
civilians or not?
supernatural feds. They're more like the Men in Black.
So I wouldn't be able to pretend that I'm one of them.
Correct. Yeah, they would not buy that.
Okay, thank you.
But if we were trying to
clarify
evacuate the building and they weren't evacuating, you could use it on the civilians.
Right. You could very
Yeah.
much
Thank you.
lean on the people in the building and say, "Hey, special
Get the
forces,
fuck out."
whatever,
Yeah.
get the fuck out." Right.
Okay,
Mhm.
wanted to clarify that work. Thank you.
Right. So civilians in that case
like
means
the
both
graphics,
people
though.
who are ordinary people and who, like, I would argue that trumps regular cops, but not
Mhm.
asset hunters who are essentially the Men in Black. They know
Yeah.
yokai exist. They hunt them for a living.
Mhm.
If you were against anything less impressive than a super cop, it would totally work. Less destructive too. They're willing to blow up an entire 10-story building just to kill everything inside of it. I think they could give a shit about your like veil of secrecy. That's gonna be real hard to cover up.
Mhm.
Hoshi will do the portal for the Gravax.
Okay.
I would like to offer something too.
Ooh, what?
Advice? Chicken
No.
nugget?
You remember from like session 3 where I made a grenade that I've been keeping with me the entire time?
I do.
Would you like to throw it, someone?
Oh, I could throw the grenade instead of the axe.
Why
Oh.
not both?
But I can't
Well-
do the Mikio inside the thing, the dome. So if you
But wouldn't
do
it blow
the
up the dome?
Gravax,
It would blow up.
could smush the dome. If you do the grenade, you're hoping it'll destroy the outside of the dome. It might not go in the dome at all. I don't know how tough it is.
Does the portal have to be the other end of the portal have to be created in something, or can you open that in open air?
It has to be on a surface.
On
Okay.
a surface. So my thought literally was like tree or something right near it, right above.
Right.
Can't open the portal
mhm.
inside the dome.
No, because it doesn't allow Mikio.
It's
It's
a,
Mikio
like a
approved.
magic dome thing.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
because
Right.
they're trained to fight against Mikio users.
Right. Similarly, they would have not parked their dome underneath a tree or an
Mhm.
awning or anything like that.
But do
Um,
they have any kind of like vehicles or anything like surrounding their?
Oh yeah. There
their
is an
camp? It
armored
could be on the
platoon.
side of a vehicle.
Yeah, you could
It
do
could-
like
Next
which,
to it.
like
which
three
would
or
actually
three-
make
you
the
could do,
grenade
like,
go
3 feet to the
better
left.
because the Gravax wouldn't be falling. It would be the grenade being thrown up against it.
Right.
Mhm.
Oh, so I was figuring that you were just throwing the Gravax off the 10th floor balcony.
That's what I was thinking.
Yeah,
Use the
that's what I
gravity
was
of
thinking.
Like it's
So-
a Gravax.
Mhm.
The farther it
So
falls,
if
the more
I do
damage
the
it
portal
does.
next
Yeah.
to the dome while Molly is then
grenade.
being threatening through it, as
Mhm.
4 throws or we throw 4's grenade, and then also the Gravax is coming off the ceiling, while there's also a portal aimed right underneath or near
See, now you're
the
getting it.
other dude with the
Uh-huh.
switch.
Uh-huh.
And then
Tanamichi's gonna throw
Tanamichi
a
is doing the
shuriken at.
assassinate action on that. And then if this fails, Rena's ready with Gust of Wind.
So
Yep.
so you are
Damn.
shadow. I stress.
And I'm
stealth
drunk.
fighters. Stealth
Yes.
fighters.
The least
Supplying the
stealthy
resources.
plan
You're
ever
supplying
conceived.
the Gravax
They're the
and the
ones
grenade.
I
that
know.
decided to pull a full military operation in the middle of a city.
Right, and you were
We're
like, we'll
just
fucking show
responding
you.
to that.
Like,
Yeah, no, Hoshi doesn't take kindly to this. Very specifically.
I love how you're like Shadow Cabinet Assassins. They're big dumb brutes, and you were like, we two can play that game. Like,
Yep. You want boom? We can give you boom. We can give you three different types of boom.
Oh shit!
We can
You
give you
scared me.
vocal, we can give you grenade, and we can give you kaboom of a grab axe.
Okay.
Anything you can do,
I
I
can
can
do
do
better.
better.
I love
Yeah.
you.
Mackenzie just somehow spontaneously gained a drink, and I would like one now if you're
No,
if your
my
partner-
fiance scared the shit out of me.
I was like, if your
You
partner
need
could
a minute?
also
You need
like
to go
reach
change?
through the camera and give me one, that would be amazing.
Well, I didn't know he was
but-
home, and then I saw him standing like right here, and I'm like, but he brought me McDonald's, so
He's
it's
the
okay.
real shadow assassin
Right.
in this
True.
situation.
I knew there was
See,
something shady about Grant.
Even though he's like the sweetest human,
He's
he's just
lovely.
shady.
Right, it's not his fault. He just leaks creep. It's not his fault.
Yep. Oh, okay.
Shots fired at a person not on camera.
Oh, I'm kidding. Grant is wonderful.
Yeah, no, he's wonderful. I'm so lucky.
Would you make that manipulation check then as they open the portal? Both make the check, and I need to know what it is that you say.
She
Get off my lawn.
Right? Look here, Zoomer. Like,
so she has so what you're saying is because I can't take the negative, I can do the thing that makes them shoo without taking the negative?
correct.
Did you say?
Correct.
Then I'm gonna do that. And I'm
This
gonna
thing you're doing is a Mikio, right?
it just said ability.
It's an ability.
It's a technique.
Yeah, it's
yeah,
a
then
technique.
Either way,
Wouldn't
it's
use Mikio.
right. It's a special technique not known to everybody. It's not something you can necessarily go to a regular class and learn, which means I'm okay with it being a little bit more impressive. Go
Okay.
for it.
And she also
Go ahead.
is going to use her extra die for the session because of
Ooh.
how excited she is about the plants and protecting and saving the plants.
I love how you're hyped for the plants, not because you're going to scare the pants off of
But
like hardened
also-
military super soldiers.
To be fair, she is also a little excited because she has to be excited in order to use that extra dice.
Right.
She's excited that her group accepted her. Her group is not
Aw.
trying to murder her.
Super adorable.
Where they
Most of them.
stand.
How is it
And-
that
That she
you're
knows
about
it.
to
That I know. Taro, I
you're
love
about
you
to
so much,
try
but
and
please
make
go.
a platoon of Iron Man wet their armor, right? And you're
And-
still wholesome. Like,
And she's also
Yes.
so she's excited that her group didn't like kill her on the spot. She's excited that she has something to fight for, and she's excited that she gets to be a fucking badass. So we're gonna do
Hell
5
yeah.
dice. Ooh, that looks good.
That someone is happy about betrayal.
4, 4, 5, 5, 2. I have 4 successes.
nice. And what did you say?
I said,
Yeah.
my friends are up here and you need to back off as she like chucks the stuff down.
I'm gonna have the portal open so that you're yelling that through the portal, and then if 4 would allow it to be that since you're drunk, I don't want you throwing the grenade. Can Hoshi throw the grenade through the portal?
Take it.
Great. What do I need to? What do I?
I never
Those
got
my-
details.
Those are my
about
2
it.
actions: is the portal and then chucking a grenade. What do I need to do?
You are making a marksman check.
Ooh, I'm good at those.
Ooh, glad to hear it.
So this is not an assassinate action with the grenade. is
Because
it?
it can't be, right?
'Cause-
Because the grenade does, in fact, have the loud trait.
Yep,
To probably
it
no
sure
one's
does.
Yeah.
surprise.
It sure
right?
does. Okay.
Oh,
So marksman is going to be 5 dice. And then I don't know what the damage on it is or what the traits are on it are.
It never got given to me either.
Great.
Right,
Okay.
I'll tell you here in a minute, assuming you make the roll.
So it's a 6. 2, 6. That's 3 dice. A 5, 4 dice. And a 6.
Holy shit.
I got a 2, 3 6s, and a 5 on that grenade.
Hell
How many
yeah.
how many total successes are you looking at?
7.
7.
Oh goodness.
On 5
so
dice.
right,
On 5
right,
dice.
yeah. So
With a 2.
Yeah.
what would have happened? What the dice are going to do more damage because you got more successes. Like anyway, so traditionally they would make defense rolls, but they can't because Molly like super Karen'd them, and they're running away instead. So they are just like there is no defense at all. You throw the grenade through the portal, and oh boy, I need you to roll 1, 2, 3.
I think as Hoshi throws the grenade through the portal, Tadamichi's gonna use his whip, and it has the grappling trait, so he's gonna pull one of the guys, or the guy that's outside of the dome, through the portal into the room.
Okay.
And
would you make a melee check? Assuming you
Yeah.
don't butcher that roll, they'll be in the room with you because they would resist that with an athletics check, which they cannot currently make because they're running away and trying to take the damage that Hoshi rolls on 13d6s. Go ahead and roll that.
holy shit. Because I want at least one of them alive to make sure that,
Hoshi.
like,
Sorry, my bad. Oh, Mala is the best little crazy otter I've ever played.
One of them alive so we can question them.
Is
you
it
better
the one?
you better not bomb that check then.
So that's a 6.
Oh no.
I'm just gonna tell you the numbers, and I'm gonna count how many dice I've rolled. I'm not gonna be able to keep track of 13 numbers.
Sure. Hold on.
That's a 6.
For your first one, you bet.
4. I rolled that right. 6. 3. 3. It's 5. 2. 1. 3. 4. And 1. That's 10 dice. 4. 1. And 5 on 13 dice.
43.
You bet.
I've been carrying that great grenade around my pocket for a long time.
It's been well saved.
Tanamichi, how'd you do on that roll?
We haven't even done the grab axe yet.
I got a 5 and a 6, but also a 1.
That's still 5.
Still,
That's 5.
You didn't tank the
That's
roll.
still
You
a
walked away
5.
with it. You're right. You walked away with a single success. You yanked that guy into the room. Who is just dropping this axe off the roof?
That is
Sorry,
Molly.
the balcony.
Molly.
You bet. Molly, would you make? It's a grab axe, and you're dropping it. I don't even know if an attack action is applicable. You are dropping it towards a person you wish to do harm with it, but I'm not even sure that it's like dropping a potted plant off the roof.
Molly would never do that.
There are plenty of them.
I mean, if you need
or you are correct. I would never drop a potted plant off the roof. You are correct for.
If a marksmanship roll is required, I can do that because I have 5 dice.
That's where I'm going with this. I think
I can do it.
You are shit faced.
You are falling over. Rena is having to use wind powers to keep you on your feet right now.
You have negative dice, sir. You owe the universe dice.
So I get an extra dice for confidence?
No.
Oh.
It's liquid courage, not polyhedral courage. Kai, would you go ahead and make that marksman roll?
The portal that Hoshi made, as Tanamichi pulls the dude through it, it closes because it closes at the end of my turn.
You bet.
So I was gonna say, yeah, because it'll also, because he's holding is it like a string to this dynamite?
Oh, you wanted that guy. You wanted one of those guys.
Yeah. That's who I was
aiming for. That's a wireless trigger.
Okay. I mean, I was just trying to see if it was like an old time.
But he's in the room with us, so maybe he won't destroy the building he's in.
It's a
but also, we
thing.
can knock it out of his hand.
Oh, what does this do?
What does this button do?
4. I swear
I
to
will
fuck.
haunt you. Heather, will haunt you.
She won't even wait to die first.
No.
That is three successes. I got a lot of 2s.
So the grenade rolled 13 dice without any real aid from gravity. I I have to do math now. You might want a dice calculator for this one. 1 second.
I'm not gonna
Oh.
get that axe back, am I?
No.
No.
But you have one more.
We're blowing it up
So
at
you
the
have
same
one
time
more.
that this is happening.
Mike, I'm gonna give you a choice. You can role play what happens to that dome and everybody within 50 feet, or you can roll 130 d6s, whichever works for you.
Okay,
Okay.
I
That makes
actually
10
want to roll
stories.
130 d6.
I'll
Just
have
roll
I-
13
no.
and then add a 0 to the end.
No, well, no.
That's not mathematically equivalent.
I need a visual that I can. 1 second. I need to visually.
Before, when I stressed the grav axes were very, very dangerous and not to be fucked
Mhm.
with in a closed container like a ship, I really did mean it.
Oh, yeah.
If
But
you
this
had let
isn't a closed
four fuck with that on
container.
the ship, you could have been ripped out into the cold void of space and just
And
fucking
they have
dead.
been so
Like-
kind as to clear all the civilians from the area.
Yeah.
And it's not been long enough for anybody to exit the building yet.
we are interdimensional ninjas. And
Yes.
we
who are not subtle. You know
who
what I
are
mean?
not subtle at all.
Subtlety
Too
is
many
for
of us
lesser
have big
people.
Maybe they blew themselves up, you know?
So-
Maybe they're fuck ups and they blew themselves up by accident.
Wasn't the last thing we did on the space station also explode something?
Yes.
That
Yep.
Stop. No, that was back then. Look to the future. Like,
We
Listen,
leave a trail of
every
carnage.
team has a signature move. Ours just has to be explosive and violent.
Leroy Jenkins, right?
Mhm.
Damn, I was really hoping that I could visually display all the dice. Ah, here we go.
Wait, this is the second time an axe is causing an explosion. God damn it!
Yes.
And whose fault is that, Mister? I take
Mine!
many axes.
That it's
You're
your
the-
fault or that it's your responsibility, but you're definitely a part of it.
Mhm. Mhm.
You're somewhere in the equation there.
If
Yeah.
I had a nickel for every time you cause an explosion with an axe, I'd have 10 cents, which isn't a lot of money, but it's weird that it's happened twice.
You know what's amazing? You know what's amazing?
What's that?
Mike's doing explosions on purpose.
That is pretty weird, yeah. Growth. You see
And not
that?
against us.
Evolution in
Mhm.
front of our very eyes.
Hey, he could still trigger the remote, so
Okay,
That's true. He
so-
could
Don't
shut your
give him
hole.
ideas.
So the total number after I input 130 d6 into the online roll dice calculator,
Holy
it gave
crap,
me 437 damage.
in 50 feet. 431 damage in 50 feet.
437, sir.
437,
Get it right.
excuse me.
did we just
As-
level a
As the
building?
axe flies off the building and
Here.
picks up speed, hurtles towards the ground,
Oh, it
and
went to the
turns
dome
red on the way
that's
down.
50 feet away from the building. The building's
Right.
fine.
It hits
No,
the top
so-
of that dome. So the guy inside of that dome is unaffected mostly by your, hey, leave my friends alone, because the dome creates a certain degree of mental security. He is the only person who got to make a roll. However, the dome protects you against various things: mental intrusion, both from the outside and the inside. It'll help you control your own fears, and it'll prevent other people from feeding you some. You can't throw Mikio through it, and it is relatively resilient to things like gunfire. However, no one ever expects the old 10-story up grav axe gag, and it hits the
Mhm.
top of that thing, shatters it like an eggshell, splits that guy in half like a butterfly shrimp, and shards of ice dome go fucking everywhere. With enough force, they rip through those tanks like a fat guy through a ham sandwich. You kill everything and every there's a crater. Like
Yeah.
that axe hits the ground like the sword in the stone. You know what I mean? Like
The good news is, not only did we prevent the detonation of this building, we actually laid the foundation for a new one.
right?
Yes.
Is it
You are
too
helping
late?
the city. They should pay you for this.
Uh-huh.
I feel like we should call the cleaners, but
Yeah.
Yeah.
we're gonna have to give them a
Do
bonus.
I don't know that call the cleaners will cover this, even if we all call the cleaners individually.
True.
We split that guy so
Rena?
hard. We split his atoms in half.
Rena,
But you are lucky you didn't cause an
you have not done
explosion.
anything this turn, right? So the person that Tanamichi pulled through the portal, you could perchance also get the switch away from him, right?
Yes.
So he doesn't.
So that he doesn't.
Oh, he's not gonna. Are you kidding? While the portal closes,
I mean,
he still heard that. That was a sonic boom, the likes of which he's never heard when that axe hit the ground. You felt
the
the
glass
air move
shattered
up
in a
here.
mile. Like
Right,
every glass thing is shattered.
Right.
With the
Windows down there broke into little tiny pieces, right? Like the only thing he's doing is being embarrassed because of that brown stuff running out of his pants. He is
Good.
absolutely not going to
I
push that
got
button.
another one.
Is just going to look him dead in the eye and be like, "You're the only one alive. Do we let you live to tell the tale?"
What do you want to know? And I'll see you next week.
Yep.
Hey.
Yep.